the sophomore with an impressive sequence of 3 to the block shot. Konan Neiderhauser. It's been a nice addition coming over from Northern Illinois. And that took them a long way in March. Really helped in the win over Minnesota on Wednesday. They made 21 out of 24, more than twice as many as the Gophers. Konan Neiderhauser, difficult spin move there off the glass.
A responsibility as a defense. You've got to stop him. 22 right now, just taking advantage of his size.
And they go right back inside at Neiderhauser, and he's done that a couple of times too.
He's a nice player. Leads the league in blocks. I like their backcourt, but the big 7-footer's got to bring it every night.
Crowds up to 12 points here this afternoon. Neiderhauser throws it down.
Bully ball.
Ace Baldwin start 141. Back-to-back dunks for Neiderhauser. Another. Well, that was an almost assist. The missed dunk from Tanja. DeLeon to the glass. Put back, no. Well, Penn State had a couple of great looks there.
Point blank.
DeLeon. Neiderhauser could not finish. Back up top to Dunn. Quick step. Hauser has had good looks inside. And they find him once again with 10 to shoot. What a spin and the reverse flush. Now 8 to shoot. DeLeon, Neiderhauser. Dunn. Back to Neiderhauser. Talked to him before the game. He smiled and said, I cannot believe how fast it is going. Neiderhauser pushed well outside the lane. And a rebound to crowd. Badger's been a champ.
Asking the assistants there, who should we foul? This is who they want to foul right there. They don't get the call.
Third slam of the second half for Neiderhauser. And that one serves.
Really bothering Penn State. Having a hard time getting clean looks.
Konan Neiderhauser, that's a tough move. Nice lob to the big man. Well, and 4 of them already for the Nittany Lions.
I love that action right there. Maryland, in spite of the miss, really getting after it.
But didn't get back on defense.
Oh, they missed Yanic in the post.
And he wants it back. Reese already has 1 foul. Put it high. No, and well, he's got 4 points and 4 boards. And he flushed it home.
Derek Queen set the screen on Ace Baldwin that freed all that action up.
And he got back to make the steal as well.
Yanic upset
In the paint today.
Get it to him. Let the big fella eat. Yanic is going to have to stop.
He's the only real size Penn State has to go after Queen and Julian Reese. And they feed it to him in the post. Nice touch.
Kevin Willard was screaming for a 3-second call, but none to be had.
Get an energy boost one way or the other. We'll see who it affects here. With 16-18 to go and Penn State up 2. And Queen pulled the chair out from under him. Gillespie into...
Here's Baldwin curling to the rim, and Baldwin can't finish. Yanic Konan Neiderhauser gets 1 rebound and then flushes the second.
Picking up where he left off, and that's exactly what you should do.
Seen already a ton of ball screens on both sides. Yanic Konan Neiderhauser going to work once more inside, and he's got all 4.
Well, he's so nimble offensively. I think at some point,
% free throw shooter in Mackenzie Mbako, who really struggled on Sunday. Only 9 minutes against Purdue. Konan Neiderhauser short on that shot. Oh, nice spin by Leo.
you can get those little trail threes. That was really well done by the Hoosiers.
Konan Neiderhauser quiets this crowd. You know, you saw Penn State, though, to your point. Neiderhauser off the window, count the bucket. And a chance for 1 more at the line.
Terrific here so far.
Yeah,
he stayed out of foul trouble.
Exactly. I may be an ignoramus, but I know that they're better with him out there than not. And now he launches the 3 and the rebound to Marballo.
Looked good coming off his hand.
By DeLeon.
Usually a good shot for him, but the 7-foot junior from Switzerland is creating a little problems for him emotionally right now.
Konan Neiderhauser trying to follow up his miss, but couldn't stop. Superb. Konan Neiderhauser with the spin. Struggled with the handle and then got it back for two.
Folks, that's the dexterity and 25% from three in Big Ten play. Not the case tonight.
Here's Hicks looking for a much-needed bucket for Penn State, and the follow by Konan Neiderhauser won't go in, and then a foul called, battling for the rebound. The Lions, they need some help, and they need quick buckets. Here's Baldwin, dumping it off to Konan Neiderhauser. He'll lean in, shot won't go, batted out of bounds. It'll stay with Penn State.
The Big Ten tournament, but also doesn't want to put pressure on his team, so it's a spoiler attitude, including today, that they're going to try to do, and that's an emphatic finish by Konan Neiderhauser.
Yeah, and they get a couple more of those, and how much he loves being here in Minneapolis and representing the Gophers.
Zach Hicks gets turned away, but finds the big man who's found some success here today, Konan Neiderhauser, with another bucket.
Yeah,
close games, but you would anticipate coming into today that they would have some momentum after manhandling Nebraska. A couple of misses on that, and they come up empty-handed.
Boy, not giving Penn State a lot of easy looks. They've done a fairly good job of taking care of the basketball against the pressure.
Out of that timeout, Konan Neiderhauser with another bucket. I was looking at...
Now, can Penn State build on this? That was a very good defensive possession.
Konan Neiderhauser with the miss, another opportunity. Hicks keeps it alive in a three-point.
Appreciate the way the Nittany Lions have come together defensively.
Oh, wow. Konan Neiderhauser, another emphatic slam.
Penn State has been so good defensively that now Minnesota is just trying to get the ball to Garcia and let him go to work.
Konan Neiderhauser can't convert, and Garcia clears. Pass.
Very fortunate to not be down double digits, only be down 2 points here to start the second.
Konan Neiderhauser gets the first shot. Why not? Because it's working, but it can't get it to...
Pressed into being an offensive threat. Good job there. Late shot clock to rest.
Konan Neiderhauser, how many touches has he gotten in every single possession here?
They might get him going, Lisa. You know, those scores, they need to see one go down.
Konan Neiderhauser trying to stop that. He had 3 Gopher defenders around him. Minnesota. Here's Carter on the push. Baldwin Jr.'s been quiet. Konan Neiderhauser has been doing a lot of the offensive work. He's got 16 points on the afternoon.
Laboring big time. They have to get him out of the game. He can't move. Oh, that's a pretty move.
Oh, he gets his own miss and pushes it back. Konan Neiderhauser is putting together a really good... Konan Neiderhauser, body bucket and one, and an exclamation point. Cherry on top for...
Is open 1 of 2 with 3 turnovers, and there's the 4th. 2-on-1. Konan Neiderhauser with the basket.
That's what I think has a chance to make that young guy special during his floor and then convert.
Another steal. 5 Nebraska turnovers. Lob inside, and the stuff. Konan Neiderhauser. And the 800th career is a lot of hotel time, to say the least. 9 to shoot, pull up for 2. Dillion short tap is good. And there's the big man again.
Yeah, Neiderhauser has been really
trying to get it inside. Double team comes, and it went off the back of the Sejan. With 8 to shoot, and rising is Konan Neiderhauser for the stuff.
How about the delivery from Dunhill with his strong right hand?
Carried last 6 games, averaging over 18 per contest. The spin in the banker. There he is again. Konan Neiderhauser. I mean, Sean is a guy who played at Northwestern in the mid-'80s. This is an 18-team league right now. As Baldwin pops it up, and it goes down for Konan Neiderhauser. One-game losing streak tonight. Nebraska is rolling, and still very much in the Big Dance conversation as the hook shot missed. First miss tonight for Konan Neiderhauser after he made it. Baldwin the save. Once it Mayor, Mr. Hoiberg. The work and the stuff, an exclamation point for Konan Neiderhauser and the Nittany Lions. The vision tonight.
He was Many times an NBA champion with the Celtics, but don't forget he won an NCAA title with Holy Cross and Tommy Heinsohn.
Wow.
Now I wasn't around to see that.
No, let's going early in this game, get a little bit of rhythm.
Well, Washington got to take better care of basketball. Against Ohio State, they had like 10 turnovers in the first 15 minutes.
It's a good look down low.
Konan playing that soft on him. He's got to make them pay with that jump shot.
The 5 on the shot clock. Konan Neiderhauser got it off the backboard. He's fighting 3 different Huskies.
State of Pennsylvania. Everyone is aware of this, and a tremendous, tremendous event.
Neiderhauser back in the game, and DJ Davis has the tap. Those shirts we showed you.
That though, giving up that effort.
Late in the shot clock again. Baldwin, nice find, and Konan with his second big block.
Konan, you see a much more balanced effort by Washington here this afternoon.
Bounce inside. Konan Neiderhauser was bumped and got it to go.
Boy, that was...
And the feed on the entry. Yeah, this was clearly out of the timeout. Get him the basketball. And Penn State's regained the lead.
Yeah, that's a nice move. Dillion really wants to take advantage of Breidenbach guarding him.
Konan Neiderhauser might have gotten away with a shot up high on Breidenbach.
He did.
That does not fall. Running the floor. Blocked from behind.
That's the second time Ketnam's got him.
Baldwin surveying, throws down to the block. Waiting for this. Yanic is back, goes to work. Fights for his own, and a tie-up with the arrow.
They played 6 minutes a game.
Dillion off the takeaway. Able to beat Cohen to the bucket. Yanic, Konan Neiderhauser back in. Playing limited minutes.
Is in this building.
Yeah.
It's louder, the students are closer. It's an amazing college atmosphere.
Yanic Konan Neiderhauser misses close range. He gets it back, and it's a nifty reverse.
Yeah, that's going to be a challenge for Ohio State, how they handle down that long-range shot. If he can get guys jumping just at an eyebrow fake, that allows him to get downhill.
Yanic Konan Neiderhauser doesn't take many threes, and he's off the mark.
And that's a really good job by Thornton pushing that out. Here we are, shot clock's already at 15.
Inside, Konan Neiderhauser, guarded by Bradshaw. Good move.
Why not a steady dive to that? That's how they start.
And when you talk to Jake Diebler, when you ask him, Donnie, as you did, about the identity of his team, Konan Neiderhauser drops it, and he says it's their connectiveness defensively.
Yeah, and you can see that he was there on time. You don't see that happening a lot.
Hicks, known for his three-point shooting. A great defensive play there, and Konan Neiderhauser unable to finish. Tipped by Dillion, but taken by, the greenest of lights.
Oh. Well, when you got a stroke like that, there's no slowing that down.
Konan Neiderhauser puts one on his head. Baldwin into Konan Neiderhauser. Drives. Goodness. Hicks with 3 triples in the game for Penn State. Baldwin, Konan Neiderhauser blocked cleanly by Stewart. That hasn't happened tonight. Stewart. Kern, not a three-point shooter, lobbed into Konan Neiderhauser. And he lays it in gently that time, but still a flex on his way to the free throw line. Ohio State has matched its largest lead of the game. Konan Neiderhauser, not enough angle on the bank shot. A moment ago, he was 1 for 3 on the season before those 2 attempts. Giving Ohio State good minutes here in the second half. Matched up with his familiar foe, Yanic Konan Neiderhauser, who beats him there.
You know, this is a confidence builder, not just the win, but the way that if they can hold on, the way that they played tonight. Or it's just not moving. It's not moving great. He's had some tightness in his back. And
Konan Neiderhauser off the mark.
Nick Kern. Inside, Konan Neiderhauser. Pivoting over Golden, can't get it to go. And Wolf, the rebound, second. DeLeon. Spinning in is Konan Neiderhauser. Man, that was a great move.
He is going to be a really good player in this
minute, Sean, and definitely seems like his illness has plagued him a little bit here just in terms of energy. And Konan Neiderhauser blows right by him there and gets 2.
That was a great example to pay off your point there, Dave. He was only 1 assist against 6 miscues.
And this is a tough team in Penn State to avoid turnovers against, as Konan Neiderhauser misses from point-blank range there. So there's Dunn. On the drive, Baldwin into Konan Neiderhauser, surrounded by 3 Wolverines, but still gets it to go.
That was a tough catch, Dave. Because
shot that Iowa will live with, though. That ball's moving, and that's how Iowa wants to find offense early in possessions.
Yanic Konan Neiderhauser, the Northern Illinois transfer with the deuce.
What a count. But how about Iowa coming out and blitzing a ball screen there? Freeman getting out.
Yanic Konan Neiderhauser drew the mismatch on Peyton Sanford. A bucket and a foul, and Neiderhauser rejects Owen Freeman. Wraparound pass, and Dix with the block on Konan Neiderhauser.
Get up with the poke out.
Inside to Konan Neiderhauser. He spins away from Freeman. Jar the ball free. DeLeon for 3. Around and out and tipped back in. Might have come off Freeman's hand. Certainly.
When Mike got the job.
Clearly trying to get it inside to Neiderhauser. His first bucket, averaging 12 points per game.
But Yanic had to come back to it. Boy, I tell you what, Rutgers has come out spirited here this evening, playing with a ton of confidence.
Not what they intended on that alley-oop inside, and Rutgers shooting the ball off. Martini with 11 in the last game, 15 from Dylan Grant. Big supplement to the normal top 2. Good look inside to Neiderhauser.
That's a beautiful lead pass from DeLeon, and Neiderhauser needed that.
Had played all 20 minutes of the first half, too. He's in double figures and has an assist to Neiderhauser to get started.
Oh, beautiful feed. Neiderhauser on the range. And 5 of 8 from 3 in the last 3 games. So, okay with that heat check.
Well, that's a good look inside from DeLeon to Neiderhauser. Baldwin has Kern up ahead. Pull up. Neiderhauser. 9-0 Penn State run. Up now, 6.5 left and down 6.
Yeah, they have been much improved here.
Boy, that was a pretty feed inside to Neiderhauser.
Yeah, Dylan Grant kind of lost Neiderhauser.
Seconds on the shot clock. Baldwin back to Neiderhauser, drops it in.
The timing, the level of the pass.
Nothing. Here's Hicks. Inside pass.
My goodness, the feed. The Konan Neiderhauser has his 37th dunk of the year.
When Zach Madison lost to start the season, they got a lot better as the year went on. I was here for that. Please don't remind Michigan State people that.
Good offensive rebound. Konan Neiderhauser to the rim.
How did this guy average 7 and 5?
Earlier today at the Breslin Center, Robbie Hummel can still dunk.
That was not a challenge today, but I was happy that happened, though. I didn't know. I didn't know if that was still possible.
Elevated from league starting to show itself and separate from the pack.
Penn State trying to find an answer after that 4 for 5 stretch. 0 for 5 from the floor.
Oh my goodness, Booker exploding to the rim, and Konan.
But clearly you could tell that on the faces of the staff that they were very disheartened by that result. As for this game itself, Mike made clear this first 4 minutes is critical. We can't get punked, and they've got to make sure.
Second bounce got the ball to Penn State. Got to do that with Kohler. 4th in the Big Ten in offensive rebounds per game. And then inside, how about Konan Neiderhauser with 2 and a chance for 1 more at the line. Team fouls mean 2 free throws the rest of the way for Penn State. Oh, what a feed inside, and a hammer from Konan Neiderhauser. He took that back screen and just took it. There he is again. Tough ball to catch. He'll work against Cooper. A lot of space. And Neiderhauser, everything but the bottom of the bucket, and then a foul on Yanic.
Shooter in the Big Ten. It's good to get Puff Johnson back up in the lineup as well. He's been banged up. Konan Neiderhauser goes reverse. No, Johnson with the follow-up. And he's headed to the line for 2. 3, and then they'll get matched up with it. Kern attacked it, but had to wheel it back out. Konan Neiderhauser off the spin. Series of moves. Biddle hangs strong. Johnson volleyballs it, and it's won by Brandon Angel. Trailing the play now. If you attack and explore, you got an opportunity if you're Penn State. Hicks drove the closeout. Nice pass into Konan Neiderhauser. Play from Zach Hicks. You can shoot a 3 right now. You can say it. Raph won't get mad at you. Get the puppies organized. Got those puppies organized. Oh, Neiderhauser off of the lob from Kern. What a fight. Biddle said his dad had him playing as a guard his whole childhood and didn't really bring him down into the post. Showed something there. He's been working on that one throughout the last 4 years. Play it a lot. No, which you can tell it almost, you could tell it hurt Mike Roth's soul to talk about playing zone a little bit today at shoot around. Konan Neiderhauser with the turn. Moving and freeing himself up to help out his teammate. Dunn reads it. Neiderhauser off the line. Just staple for Penn State.
Kern down low. Neiderhauser. And Konan Neiderhauser off the side of the backboard ends up in the hands of Kern, and now,
you know, they lead the conference in made threes per ball game. You're going to see a lot of that from Illinois tonight.
Number 2 in threes taken. As Konan Neiderhauser missed a 3. Hicks with an offensive rebound. Put back no was altered by Konan Neiderhauser.
That's a shame. That was a beautiful pass.
Kern floats it up. Konan Neiderhauser flushes it home.
What a find in the transfer portal.
Kick it out to Hicks. Hicks met by White. Now Konan Neiderhauser tries to go baseline up and under, blocked by Ivisic.
Illinois, as best you can, they kind of be in a scramble situation because after the first couple of possessions, there's been nothing easy.
Konan Neiderhauser had it blocked by Humrickhouse.
Is communicate. I mean, it's so rare that you'll see any player, but especially a freshman, be as verbal on this end of the floor.
Neiderhauser with a brick on his 3. I mean, his... Konan Neiderhauser couldn't get another rebound for Humrickhouse. Got a season-high 9. DeLeon. Beautifully to Konan Neiderhauser for the dunk.
If you're Penn State, you're just trying to set and using that little crow hop to get his base under him.
And to Andy Katz's point, how many people will, after being essentially a starter all year last year, being one of the best, started off hot, block shots were great, not a lot of points behind it. Konan Neiderhauser leans in and missed the 3. He's got that range, but not.
Lob up top. Here's Konan Neiderhauser, the Northern Illinois transfer. Battling inside and getting it to go over Ballo.
How did this guy average 7 and...
So now a 13-point lead for the Hoosiers. Hicks spinning, left hand, tapped around. Konan Neiderhauser cleans it up.
What a rebound there over the top of Ballo.
Rice on the other side. Yanic Neiderhauser, he collected that one. Disrupting at the rim. And now on the other side, throws down the hammer.
But they switch 1 through 4 due Northwestern, so all of them except for Nicholson will have a chance to guard him.
And Konan Neiderhauser tries to get the opening shot to go and will not, but Northwestern. Now Ace with it. Ace trying to split that double team and does. Slips a pass inside through his big man and unable to get it to go is Konan Neiderhauser.
Yeah, Neiderhauser's got it. They're going to look to get it going.
Ace with a nice pass inside and getting to the rim is Konan Neiderhauser. He drew the contact on his way there. Each who got a hand on it defensively over to Ace, who thought about a 3. Now Ace gives it up. Neiderhauser gets the basketball back, shot well off the mark, and that's Nicholson with the board. DeLeon is long. Konan Neiderhauser with the board. Konan looking to attack. Konan can't find it.
Boy, that's a beautiful move. I like the aggressiveness.
Baldwin gives it up. DeLeon back to Ace. Ace wants a three and rattles out. Konan Neiderhauser. Rising flush. Stolen away by... Threw it off the backside of a Northwestern defender. Under 10 to shoot. Here's Kern. Kern into Neiderhauser who sees it over.
Nick Kern is so valuable because he can play.
Last outing for Penn State, Nick, in Philadelphia against Drexel last week. Able to get the win against the Dragons right away. Yanic Konan Neiderhauser, the junior from Switzerland, great start. Again, Steve Donahue, a lot of coaches, end of non-conference, they got the rotations down pat. Still searching here, and there's the sky ball up top for Konan Neiderhauser. That's been a Zach Hicks. Super from beyond the arc, from the elbow, leaves it off. Konan Neiderhauser regathers up strong, can't get it to go. And the freshman Foster using his 6-hand stick it from deep, but a long rebound corralled by Hicks. Baldwin from the foul line lobs it up. Konan Neiderhauser, couple of cracks at it. The hustle to keep it alive.
Taking what the defense gives them.
Konan Neiderhauser, turn around with the left. That one doesn't fall. Spinoza able to keep coming up. Minnesota and Washington with home games as well. Lob there. Konan Neiderhauser, that's been the most consistent offense for Penn State. Helper there from the freshman Levine from Elmhurst, Illinois. Lob. No defense for that for the Quakers. Konan Neiderhauser left him to tie it. Baldwin calmly going in, tipped out. Konan Neiderhauser, no. Follow tap from Johnson doesn't fall either. Smith going right at Kern. Solid defense from the senior from St. Louis for Penn State. Lob, yes.
And that's what they need to do. Get out in transition.
Get untracked offensively. Does have a bucket, couple of assists, but now saddled with 4 fouls, and Konan Neiderhauser just wheels right around Spinoza.
That is way too easy for Neiderhauser.
Nick Kern looking to back down his defender Levine. Konan Neiderhauser, lefty hook, no. Rebound there for the Quakers.
With this team and the roster to go along with it, just really fitting together perfectly.
Another lob and another easy two for Yanic Konan Neiderhauser.
It's a game, Konan Neiderhauser. And there is the big fella inside and one. What a difference he has been for Penn. Baldwin probing, throws it up. And Neiderhauser again, just too big, just too strong. 82% from the field are the Lions in the early going. Dominic Stewart, the freshman, number 7 into the game.
They're shooting video game numbers, realistically. 82%. I don't care.
So then the last couple possessions. Kern into the game. And Neiderhauser from 3. Kern the offensive rebound. You look at Baldwin, Kern. I know you think Kern has the ability to even play at the next level. Neiderhauser inside, it's another layup.
I do.
You just look at this Penn State team, 1 through 8, the athleticism, all the different aspects that this team has. How dominant ultimately can they be in the Big Ten this season? And is Big Ten Conference, Konan Neiderhauser is on the list, if not at the very top of that list. He is a difference maker. Right over in the paint like they did in the first half. A massive size advantage for Penn State. Trip to the bucket. And Konan Neiderhauser against Power 4 programs on the road. It is difficult to say the least. Oh my goodness! Konan Neiderhauser!
Too big, too strong.
Second best three-point shooter in the Big Ten. Gives it up to Johnson. Neiderhauser, quick spin inside. And a rebound to Bailey. Top rebounder for the Scarlet Knights.
Boy, they missed.
DeLeon finds Hicks. He's got a 3.
Oh,
now
wow.
he's got a 2.
Zach Hicks going right at Obole. I love the challenge. Use the ball.
Done. The hesitation got it done. And the putback for Neiderhauser.
Oh, my goodness. DeMarco Dunn did everything.
DeLeon has been hot. Made the last 7 points. Where's number 4? Neiderhauser. And the block from Obole.
Great timing by Emmanuel.
League like the Big Ten, you got to take care of it when you're a team like Purdue. You don't rebound it well. You've got to find ways to steal possessions.
Neiderhauser off the lob from Baldwin.
And then offensively, Penn State does it great.
Baldwin hops in, leaves it for Neiderhauser. That connection shows up again with an and one. Four to shoot. Neiderhauser short, tip back, no. Fourth chance. This
Penn State scoring at an incredible clip this year, over 90 points a game, and right off the go, the alley-oop thrown down by Neiderhauser.
That's how you set the
shot out. The big fella inside, off glass and good. Yanic Konan Neiderhauser, the 7-footer from Switzerland.
Yeah. Either way, very impressive, though.
No call.
I did not expect him to reach that basketball.
Neiderhauser, he can't connect. Boy, we'll have to get another look. Certainly look.
Going into the lane with trees, and no, I'm going to go score anyway.
The big fella. In and out again.
Man, to avoid that layup from Dunn.
DeLeon, alley-oop! Where did he come from? Neiderhauser again!
You know, he grew up in a great high school program, you know, if I do say so myself. But seeing one go through the basket, I think we'll see a couple more.
Neiderhauser just having his way inside. And go with 10. Baldwin, 2. Great athletes, great passing. Oh, how did he do it? Neiderhauser again. Out of the gate, offensive rebound, Puff Johnson. Hicks trying to get going. He had only 2 points in the first half, but once again, it's Hicks on the glass. So now 3 offensive possessions. Neiderhauser down low. Oh, that is impressive, but now 0 for 5 in the second half is Penn State to do. DeLeon, baseline. Neiderhauser. Are you serious? What can he do?
Knock it down, big fella. Never got 10 seconds in one game. I can tell you that for a fact.
Alley-oop inside. Oh, he done it again. Wow. State. Again, it's this defensive pressure. Do we have number 3? Baldwin the steal. Off the wrist! Oh my goodness! It's showtime here at Bryce Jordan. DeMarco. Neiderhauser inside. Oh, reverse jam! He's added another to the repertoire of dunks. Something here for Coach Helkovich. Baldwin. And what else? Off glass. Neiderhauser can do no wrong.
Both teams showing a little bit of quarterback.
And they'll reset things. Or will they? Oh, my goodness! Neiderhauser, this is his house. Penn State on their way to 7-1. Been a while since the Lions have been there. Oh, the 7th dunk of the game for Neiderhauser.
Two very good teams that should be in the NCAA tournament, but very different styles of play. Clemson does not mind playing slow. Penn State, right out of the gate, they don't mind playing fast at all.
Ace Baldwin still looking to cook on the scoring end. He does have 4 assists.
Watch Clemson if they're not switching their fight.
Oh! Yanic Konan Neiderhauser hammers it home!
So good at doing work early in the post. All great post players get the job done early before the ball even gets there.
Konan Neiderhauser, advantage size. Lob. Neiderhauser! Yanic Konan Team. That's so good. Konan Neiderhauser. This man is doing it all inside.
Slam. I love it.
Clemson knows about grit. They have their Clemson grit mantra. In fact, Yanic Konan Neiderhauser knows a thing about grit as well. He starts off. Kern driving, twists. Konan Neiderhauser couldn't finish with the right hand.
That's the first shot that he's missed this afternoon. Shrinking the floor, that was a big point of emphasis for Coach Ergo in practice yesterday, making the floor small.
This is Yanic Konan Neiderhauser, the transfer from Northern Illinois, the junior from First time this season in Friday's loss to Drexel. Konan Neiderhauser gets the bounce.
It was after Ace Baldwin's.
Konan Neiderhauser. Now here comes Penn State quickly. Hicks, no. Konan Neiderhauser can't finish, but the big man took the deficit to 9. Ace Baldwin, no, but Konan Neiderhauser picks up the trash. Place.
He is just the energy guy, and he's looking for a lob right now. I can see it in his eyes against that zone.
Reverse layup from the big fella, Yanic Konan Neiderhauser.
Ace Baldwin on the bench with 4 fouls. So Penn State is going to continue to face this press from Fordham.
Konan Neiderhauser couldn't finish the nice feed from Kern. Second try is pure.
Konan Neiderhauser, he gets his own board now, just hit the glass, and it's in for the Nittany Lions' first points this evening.
Yeah, Konan Neiderhauser set that little space to get that layup up.
What a feed around the horn they go. Hicks, pump fakes, now feed back to Baldwin Jr. Now to Konan Neiderhauser. He gets the board. They meet at the top, and a foul called. Good passing. Some nifty moves at the top of the key. Fed over to Johnson. Johnson for 3. Won't go. Konan Neiderhauser gets the board and drops the hammer. Yanic Konan Neiderhauser. They even it up at 13 apiece. Kern, feed, Baldwin. Baldwin working down low. Baldwin, feed, Konan Neiderhauser. Just making it look easy. Giving the Nittany Lions a 2-point lead.
Yeah, the Penn State offense
in the last few minutes off the bench.
Yeah, the press team's just been giving up too many threes right now, and we talked about the Macedons, their three-point shooting. They're going to hit more than they miss if they're wide open, so Penn State's going to have to tighten that up. Probably the next timeout or something. Just like that when height doesn't matter, is when your guys are small, but they're fast and they can shoot. It just makes the height difference nothing. But for Penn State, they're going to use the height difference there. So it all kind of balances out. Just play to your strengths.
DeLeon pushing, under 8 to go. Baldwin thought about it. Baldwin drives. Baldwin fed to Yanic Konan Neiderhauser, who drops the hammer.
Fort Wayne who has 17 points off him. But the Nittany Lions have only forced 9 to Purdue Fort Wayne's 13. So
Baldwin feeds, set up. Konan Neiderhauser. Bang, bang play. And the
Boilermakers with a big challenge against second-ranked Alabama tonight. Konan Neiderhauser back in with the 3 personal fouls.
In the first 2 games of the season for the Nittany Lions. Our officials tonight, Brian Dorsey with Randy Richardson and Tim Comer. And right off the bat, on cue, Neiderhauser. 13 points, 3 off the team high by Baldwin. Baldwin 16. Neiderhauser, basket of the foul on the slam for the 7-footer. It's now the largest.
Really took that opportunity to lock in, and what a special run that was for us. We came up a little short against Louisville, but to this day, those are memories that we will cherish. And even coming back to Michigan now, I always coming up short on that. Got to imagine some of the St. Francis legs are a little bit tired at this point of the game, not able to get over that front rim.
Yanic Konan Neiderhauser.
Let's see who's going to break this drought here.
Maybe Baldwin as he gets to the free throw line, pops it up, misses it. Rebound opportunity there, and it's Neiderhauser who has the first basket tonight. As Johnson gets 2 for the Retrievers.
That's one thing that Coach Rhodes talked about today is shoot around.
There he is again. The big man's open, and he has the first 4 for Penn State. Against the Nittany Lions defense, they were the best in the Big Ten at stifling the 3.
That's that bold, different, and aggressive mindset.
Neiderhauser, that was a long 2. And it's a rebound for Bank. Since Penn State was added, they almost seem like a traditional Big Ten school by now. As Neiderhauser was fouled, and with the continuation there, that play does count for 2. Defensively, keeping the Retrievers to just 10 points on 3 of 18 shooting. Nice pass, and it's Neiderhauser with the finish after the feed from Javin Carter. You're usually that guy making those threes.
Yeah, I made a couple.
Neiderhauser showing off the dribble that he can score.
I mean, at 7 feet tall, dribbling in the lane, the game stat line.
Yeah. A similar one against Binghamton, 16.7 rebounds and 2 blocks in that one. And we've seen him on the attack. Scores again. 2+ the foul. Opener for UMBC has been quieted largely so far tonight, as he has 5 points on 2 of 9. Neiderhauser again trying to take his way to the basket. This time couldn't finish. With the floor, Jordan is trying to stretch out, but seems okay. Neiderhauser with those moves again. He tried to bring it down with a dunk.
He tried to rip it.
Hicks able to squirt inside, and Neiderhauser with the putback.
Put it on his head.
This UMBC team for Banks, his 4th. As Neiderhauser, he has been a menace inside tonight. Unable to finish that one. Stewart gets in front of a pass. Now Neiderhauser goes strong to the basket.
His head is at the rim every...
Konan, Neiderhauser to Baldwin Jr. They find Neiderhauser down low. Working on Callahan Gold. Right hook, no good off the rim. Rebound Shinery, moving the other way. Swing to Kern. Kern working. Turns the corner. Trying to find Neiderhauser, and a big slam! Climb the ladder, big fella. And that gets a screen, lost it. Neiderhauser, Javin Carter, right to the rim, can't get it, but it's big put back by Neiderhauser. 3-1 zone for Binghamton. Hicks over to Baldwin Jr. Finds Neiderhauser at the rim, tried to flush it. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound Kern and laid it ahead to Nick Kern Jr. Back to Hicks. Thought about a 3. Now to Neiderhauser. He'll try a triple. No good.
You hear all the fans going, oh man,
That's what's really helped him move the defense and find these gaps. Hope to Neiderhauser. Easy lay-in for the deuce.
Just drops a dime down low.
Finds Baldwin Jr. Right to the lane, left-hand layup, short. Rebound Neiderhauser. Right-handed jump hook, off the glass and good.
Neiderhauser using his physicality.
Nothing to play for except for pride, and they've come out in this last couple minutes and made this competitive. Good backdoor cut to Blackwell, couldn't cash it in. Want to get this in while I can. Yeah. The two teams are a combined 10 for 12. Badgers over the Gophers. Grau backs down, in and out. And Neiderhauser with the rebound. Penn State steadying things out here a bit. They were down towards the baseline, now down to 5. Didn't find what he wanted. Gilmore. A lot of friends and family waiting to cheer on the senior there if that 3 would have gone down. Shot clock down to 6. McGee, top scorer, kicks it out to Janicki. That's a perfect look. Neiderhauser rebound. Penn State trying to chip away. Baldwin in a hurry. To get a college degree. I think that's what Coach told us, and that's just going to change his destiny. Kamari McGee, game's high score. Couldn't cash in there yet. I've talked to Coach a couple of times this year where he's mentioned that as his first compliment. Shot. Sanjay is their top scorer. Back up top to Crowley. Leave him open. He misses. Neiderhauser rips it down. Penn State with a chance to tie or lead for the first time. Another. Well, that was an almost assist. The missed dunk from Sanjay. DeLeon to the glass. Put back, no. Penn State had a couple of great looks there. Point blank. DeLeon. Neiderhauser could not finish. Back up top to Dunn. Quick step and 2. Short on the 3, chased down by McGee. 22 seconds to shoot. Blackwell, a deep three. In and out. Boy, DeMarco Dunn had the last basket for Penn State. He
go. Got to get stops right here if you're Wisconsin.
Dillion, step back. Rebound, Neiderhauser, and he was fouled underneath once again by Carter Gilmore. And we
thought they had the foul there to stop the clock, and no whistle, and just another big-time play at the rim.
Hicks comes up with that one. And now it's just
against Zach Hicks.
Reese the floater, no. And after the first 6 points, Gillespie almost got the steal. Had a massive game in the loss to Indiana on Wednesday night here on Big Ten Network. Reese another floater, no. So Gillespie has been the offense so far for Maryland. Shots from close distance. So you get the other night, Rodney Rice was 4 of 8 from 3. His teammates were 0 of 12. And already Gillespie and Miguel have been hot from downtown. And a foul on.
Ooh, Reese got away with a little shuffle there.
The help defense from Nick Kern. I mean, you could tell he knew the whole time that he wasn't giving that ball up.
Yep. Shoulder on the way to that layup. I thought Stevie Wonder could have seen that. My goodness.
Wait, what do you mean he would have felt the vibrations?
Something. I mean.
Queen gets all the way. Blocked by Konan Neiderhauser. And they call goaltending. Now we are in.
Here's Baldwin curling to the rim, and Baldwin can't finish. Yanic Neiderhauser gets one rebound and then flushes the second.
Picking up where he left off, and that's exactly what you should do.
Slowly this year, 5 points per game in the first 17.
Yeah, an excellent shooter as well. 42% from 3 in Big Ten play. 6 of 11 from 3 over his last 3 games, 55%. It's been a while since he's had a touch.
There he is, got the touch, can't get the bucket. Konan Neiderhauser on the run, needs a little help. Kern is baller.
Double team this time, they're allowing them to go one-on-one.
Konan Neiderhauser may have got just a little bit of a fingertip on that.
And that size is bothering him.
That was big. Baco. Trapped, clearing some space, can't get it to go, and Yanic Konan Neiderhauser with a rebound.
Anytime you have 2 guys around you, that means that your teammates are fit.
On end, no good, and then we've got a whistle. Goody and Konan Neiderhauser, and looked like Goody was out.
85% from 3 in Big Ten play. Not the case tonight.
Here's Hicks looking for a much-needed bucket for Penn State, and the follow by Konan Neiderhauser won't go in, and then a foul called, battling for the rebound.
Minnesota does not intentionally try to slow the game down and take fewer possessions. They like to get the ball side to side and let the defense break down.
So a turnover here for Penn State, a missed shot here from Minnesota, involved in a lot of close games, but you would anticipate coming into today that they would have some momentum after manhandling Nebraska. A couple of misses on that, and they come up empty-handed.
To the rim.
Yeah, the Gophers, one of the best shot blockers, second in the conference, tried to put it up. Patterson couldn't get it.
Now, can Penn State build on this? Is this kind of presence?
Yeah, they're 1 for 5 from 3 here so far. Dillion misses 1 for 6. How about another one? There's Hicks, their 3-point shooter. He can't even connect. Mitchell. First miss. They started the second half 4 for 4 before that miss. Remember, they ended the... Guy Patterson, a Minneapolis native, coming back after stints in Missouri State and Charlotte.
Big time. They have to get him out of the game. He can't move. Oh, that's a pretty move.
Oh, he gets his own miss and pushes it back. Konan Neiderhauser is putting together.
Can't get it to Williams. Only 1 to shoot. Gary off balance, the launch. Off the mark, and the rebound snared by Penn State.
Well done defensively by the Nittany Lions of keeping almost an entire...
A lot of hotel time, to say the least. 9 to shoot, pull up for 2. Dillion short tap is good. And there's the big man again.
Yeah, Neiderhauser has been really
Shut it down inside. Wooster kick it out. Williams will try the three and misses.
He didn't stick the follow through there. Kind of pulled his hand back.
The vision tonight.
He was many times an NBA champion with the Celtics, but don't forget he won an NCAA title with Holy Cross and Tommy Heinsohn.
Wow.
Now, I wasn't.
Remember, the bottom 3 teams in the conference do not make the Big Ten tournament. Konan Neiderhauser skying for that rebound.
Great Osa board set a major. He's got to make them pay with that jump shot.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Konan Neiderhauser got it off the backboard. He's fighting 3 different Huskies. And it is Washington basketball.
2 fouls.
Yep, he's been half their points. Makai Mason on 3 triples. And then Neiderhauser again. That ball did not hit the rim, so 5 to shoot. Hicks around the screen. Hit! Was a rough first 10 games of conference play. Open 3. But you want Kern to shoot that, a foul on the floor.
Yeah, I do, but Kurt can corral.
Diallo at the elbow.
Didn't particularly care for that attempt.
Bounce to Ketnong. Again, the floater. This time it rolls off.
Boy, there was some contact on that release as well.
Davis, the deep triple.
Oh, my goodness. That almost dropped 4. Heck of a look.
Back to Baldwin. Osibor went for the steal. Deep in the paint. Blocked. Shot clock does not reset. It's down to 4. Baldwin got contact. And Washington bench thought that.
Oh, Neiderhauser got away with one.
And it's off of the foot, and it's back to Washington. He pulled down his 13th rebound. 1 and 1. And it's not there. Shot clock turned off. Penn State does have a timeout if they.
Baldwin surveying, throws down to the block. Waiting for this. Yanic is back, goes to work. Fights for his own, and a tie-up with the arrow keeping it here.
Good job by each. They played 6 minutes a game.
DeLeon off the takeaway. Able to beat Konan to the bucket. Yanic, Konan, Neiderhauser back in. Playing limited.
It's louder, the students are closer. It's an amazing college atmosphere.
Yanic, Konan, Neiderhauser misses close range. He gets it back, and it's a nifty reverse.
Yeah, that's going to be a challenge for Ohio.
Door down low. Here come the Buckeyes.
Uh-oh.
Mobley, way long.
Still got to work on those dribbling into NBA. Knocks the 3 down.
Thornton, a floater. Not enough float. Konan Neiderhauser with the rebound.
And then go meet it at its peak. It's really hard to do and really hard to stay disciplined with that.
Yanic, Konan Neiderhauser stays in the game with 2 fouls. Micah Parrish in and out. Done.
Indiana, the former student assistant while he was there, manager for Bob Knight. That's a 3 ball from Baldwin. They try to convert on the 3-point play, and he does not.
Here's Wolf, right in on Konan Neiderhauser. He misses the layup, and now Penn State turns it over nearly, and then they do. Wolf in on Konan Neiderhauser. Can't get it to go. Good defense there. Baldwin the other way.
But Neiderhauser's done that.
Tennessee transfer. Starting to get more and more comfortable.
A shot off the mark from Laji Dembele as Fran McCaffrey has gone to his bench early in this to Illinois.
And that blowout loss to Illinois. Ace Baldwin got hurt, didn't play in the second half, so that game just got away from him in a hurry.
Konan Neiderhauser rejects Owen Freems, jar the ball free. Dillion for three. Around and out and tipped back in. Might have come off Freeman's hand. Certainly.
He's freshman, but Tyson Acuff, the vet on the floor for Rutgers, he can put the ball in the hole as well. Did last season at Eastern Michigan to the tune of 22 a game.
Neiderhauser, early rebound for tonight, Stephen. They've made 6 out of 8 3-pointers. Durkak. And a rebound to Neiderhauser. First year from Northern Illinois, top rebounder for the Nittany Lions. Also quick first step for Acuff. Cut off as he got to the basket. Open look and a rebound for Neiderhauser. Only his third tonight. Penn State now with a chance to take the lead. Davis stuck, 2 to shoot. Acuff. Nittany Lions with a chance to add to a 7-0 run. Hicks. Here comes Baldwin. Has Kern up ahead. Pull up. Neiderhauser. 9-0 Penn State run. Grant. Tough spin move. Rebound Neiderhauser. 17 points and 6 rebounds.
You know, the biggest thing this Penn State
It up. His shot won't go with Kohler the rebound. Well, Jackson Kohler has gotten so much better. Look out. Oh my, the lob left a little short to Akins. Akins leads this conference in fast break points per game. 3 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal already for Kohler, sparking Michigan State to the 8-2 lead, and Dillion off. Offensive rebound for Konan Neiderhauser. Now Dillion will drive all the way to the rim for 2. I think during the James Madison loss to start the season, they got a lot better as the year went on. I was here for that. Please don't remind Michigan State people that. Good offensive rebound. Konan Neiderhauser to the rim.
How did this guy average those shots? Just not even close for Penn State. Multiple opportunities and nothing doing. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Dunn on the other end will run it up.
Well, this is good against good. Good Penn State defense against one of Dana Altman's best offensive teams he's had in a while as Biddle misses to open up the day for the Ducks. I think Biddle from the 3-point line is something that I'm going to... Long, he's light on his feet. The MAC is good basketball league. That's probably... I suppose that's it. Good numbers again here, Connor. Cook is late joining the play. Altman still upset about that. That shoot-around today was still griping about how he didn't like his team's fight in that game at all. But when Illinois is rolling, they can make a lot of teams look silly. Oregon.
Dillion. Neiderhauser could not finish. Back up top to Dunn. Quick step. And 2.
Neiderhauser has been so good. They run that double second half. No questions. I mean, when they don't turn it over, they get pretty good looks. And 14's been spectacular.
Dunn's been pretty good too. He's got 18 points. Penn State has made it tough on Baldwin there. Skips it across to Dillion. Right back to him for 2 more.
They were feeling like, hey, this could be a team that could make the NCAA tournament, but they lost Puff Johnson, and the conference schedule hasn't been the same. Zach Hicks beat the buzzer.
Wow, Zach Hicks doing something off the
Konan Neiderhauser. He's got a foot speed advantage. Dish out to Dunn. Step in, and the 2 is good. Remember, DeMarco Dunn only played 2 minutes in the first half with 2 fouls.
Well, you know, we're here to call the game, Lisa.
That's right.
We don't have a dog in this race.
Jeffrey Anderson, Tim Comer, and Edwin Young, your officials here today. And a timeout called.
Mason on 3 triples. And then Neiderhauser again. That ball did not hit the rim, so 5 to shoot. Hicks around the screen. Hits, and he's fouled.
Assistant while he was there, manager for Bob Knight. That's a 3-ball from Baldwin that goes.
Yeah, head coach Mike Rhodes was almost ashamed to admit that his team was going to deploy the zone defense. Hicks, another 3-pointer for the Nittany Lions.
I was telling you before the game, sometimes I think...
Sparking Michigan State to the 8-2 lead, and Dillion off. Offensive rebound for Konan Neiderhauser. Now Dillion will drive all the way to the rim for 2.
His 3-point shot has started to come along, but that's worse than nothing doing. Oh
my goodness. Dunn on the other end will run it up and in. It's a highlight even if he didn't make the dunk. Yeah, no kidding. Kohler. I thought maybe it could be some basketball justice. Now in replay, that's dangerous there.
Yes.
Dangerous game to play. Dunn, catch and shoot. How about DeMarco Dunn tonight? He's got
Oregon stymied. Lose 30 seconds of clock. Just never got going. Johnson back to the rim.
Three-point shooter gives it up. Carter on the attack. Scoop and score! And the foul against Carlisle. And there's Bono on the other end. Good defense though by Kern. And that stops the run as DeLeon lays it in.
Nick Kern never quits up.
Board brought down by Puff Johnson, and Penn State going to reset. Nice pump fake. Now an open shot. Zach Hicks. Cash money.
Zach Hicks, the best three-point shooter, but he is not slacking off on this end of the floor.
Baldwin and one. So his first basket, he'll have a chance to turn that into a three-point play.
Because that gets everything going.
Neiderhauser also has had foul trouble tonight. Kern, tough runner, got it.
Great set out of bounds play there.
9. The big fella going to work again. Slips it to the other side. Kern to the rack.
12 and change to go here in the first. Kern drives down low, ball rattles around, stays in. Johnson, the retrieval and the score. Konan Neiderhauser knocked it back from the field. DeLeon to Neiderhauser. Neiderhauser with the pump fake. Hicks, contested three. Zach Hicks! Gosh! 10th three of the night.
St. Francis. And they get it inside, quickly a double team, and it's back up top for a three ball that's good by Zach Hicks.
Hicks and Baldwin, with the amount of pressure and defensive attention that he draws, it's been able to free up his teammates for those three-pointers, and now here's Puff Johnson.
Well, it's understanding the flow of...
Seems like UMBC has stepped in front of as many passes as Penn State has so far tonight. Again, off the glass it goes for DeLeon.
Both teams are trying to limit turnovers.
The defense, Greg Gard told me before the game, that's been the better part of this team recently. 7 to shoot. Ball knocked away by Gilmore, and it'll come back to Wisconsin.
Well, Blackwell has been one of the best.
Tries to back down Tonje. And this has worked for them. And foul called eventually against Konan.
What they do, they typically win these games, but this is a massive game for Wisconsin to get that double bye. We can't emphasize that enough. It's going to determine whether they have a chance to win the league or not next week in Indy.
Open up a triple header here of men's basketball on this Saturday on Big Ten Network. Yanic Konan Neiderhauser traveled. He's been playing good the last 3 games.
He has, and he's come off that injury.
They're up for the length of the court. Queen walled off Dunn. They feed the post. Neiderhauser had it stolen away. 2 turnovers.
Give it back to Reese. Big fella's working.
DeLeon back in the starting lineup. They want to have ability to spread the floor because Nick Kern is not a three-point shooter. And it went off of his leg. That is the 3rd turnover on the 7-footer from Switzerland. Too, right? I mean, he kept his feet, took the big stride. His first field goal of the ball game. Tipped back in. Yanic Konan Neiderhauser. Now that is offensive goaltending.
Queen has done a really good job defensively on Hicks. I've been surprised. I thought Hicks would be able to get some freedom out front.
That is his 3rd steal of the ball game.
Neiderhauser calling for it underneath. Ball picked away and taken away. Good hands by Miles Rice.
Nice pass. Look how far Parker Fox has Neiderhauser off the box.
Konan Neiderhauser with numbers coming over and turning it over. He saw his first field goal attempt, and he absolutely drilled it. Had a couple of free throws before that attempt. Konan Neiderhauser off. I think they're going to call it traveling.
Review it. I think that's probably going to stand since it hit the backboard.
So tied at 2. Nice entry and a nice defense recovery there by Sam Hoiberg.
A little bit of inexperience there by Neiderhauser. He brought
Penn State. Hicks. Entry on the bounce to Konan Neiderhauser. And man, it keeps on coming.
I guess the good news for both of these teams, and it's going to have to be taking care of the basketball, has been a real issue for Nebraska so far.
Worcester gets the bounce, and the foul came after the shot.
It's going to be
down to 5 on the shot clock. Konan Neiderhauser got it off the backboard. He's fighting 3 different Huskies, and it is Washington basketball.
Nice job by the defense, collapsing because of right there, Ace Baldwin coming up with that steal.
And they're going to get it right back. Penn State threw it into the Washington bench. Now the Washington bench thought that.
Oh, Neiderhauser got away with one.
And it's off of the foot, and it's back to Washington.
They've done enough, to, like I said earlier, to stay in that conversation in the NCAA tournament, but they got to keep winning. But it played well since the turn of the calendar.
A whistle taken away by Buzo Abo. Eddie Dillion with the basketball. Yanic slips, able to maintain the handle. Turnabout is fair play. Baldwin's there for the defensive board. Dillion at speed. Basket interference. Yeah, offensive goaltending there. Yanic, Konan, Neiderhauser back in. Yanic off the bounce. Drops Cohen, and that's an offensive foul. And it should be his 5th. He'll be disqualified.
Coming up on 2 minutes to play first half. Konan Neiderhauser lost it. Mobley with Royal to his right. Nearly traveled.
These to play, multiple games in this building. They would practice more in here, obviously. But for the road team, it's just another road game. It's just another.
Konan Neiderhauser ill-advised there. 3rd turnover for Penn State. Rim and Baldwin the other way. Yeah, that's an offensive foul on Neiderhauser, and that's the right call. You can set up.
Dillion. There's Konan Neiderhauser. Spinning, and he traveled.
He got off balance, Dave. He had the right eye.
Comes back in, played all 40 minutes in the great game at East Lansing a few nights ago, and also had 20 points, 9 rebounds. Steal. Harper. First 2 slam through for him.
Oh, great job. Area. Those pocket passes against Penn State, those are very difficult to create.
Oh, that was almost another assist to Neiderhauser. It'll come back to Rutgers. Mike Rhodes emphatically.
Very tragic. Had you been at practice today, you could have seen it. Konan Neiderhauser spins inside and the travel. 1 extra step. There's just not much out there for Penn.
Pick and roll in 3s.
All tied up here at the Palestra. And Konan Neiderhauser just lost it. Rice. What a look. It's 1 possession. Getaway! What a play by the senior! Trying to call a timeout, and they will grant it to him.
About, a Rolodex of 12, 15 different types of presses that he would throw at you. He never knew when you would get which one. Now a walk is called on Konan Neiderhauser on the other end of the court.
All Penn State. Neiderhauser. Wild. Move to the basket, clearly taking an extra. Penn State. Trip to the bucket. And Konan Neiderhauser turns it over. But as it has been for much of the day, unable to connect.
It's a great take there by Ellerby.
Well,
now Neiderhauser loses it. Smith with a floor burn. Now Purdue look saved into the hands of Baldwin. Neiderhauser spins into a double team and gives it up. Lawyer with that late show. Turnover happy Penn State defense. And Kern on the take on Kaufman. Rennan, an offensive foul. He got drilled on that.
And Hill ahead. Oh no, shuffled the feet. So it's another Penn State.
Sit right back. The possession changed just quickly enough for that shot clock to reset.
Intercepted from Konan. Neiderhauser going back Clemson's way.
Shefflin Lovitz.
Shefflin leading the way with 11 rebounds per game and 3 assists as this offensive foul is going on.
But we are getting to a point of where you're going to miss out on player development and skill development if you just move on at the first sign of frustration.
We're matched up against Bello. Bello, Horizon League third-teamer last season. One of the top players in the conference returning this year. And this will head back the other way for Purdue-Fort Wayne. For 2 from the line, but Baldwin brings it back in. Konan Neiderhauser has it. Great hustle play there from Ace Baldwin. But now Jalen Jackson steals it. Jackson all alone. Jackson!
St. Francis at home on Tuesday, scoring 92 in that one. DeLeon leaves it off. Konan Neiderhauser has it stripped. Pick up by Toby Lawau. Young in this intricate offense. Takes time to learn all the cuts and screens and moves. And it's still a work in progress. Defense, though, he liked the intensity last game, and it's been there, too. So we'll certainly track that here for Ace Baldwin.
Yeah, this is where, like you said, he just needs to be careful not to pick up any ticky-tack fouls.
And now the illegal screen. Speaking of fouls that are big.
Well, that's been the key for them all game.
They've had 14 turnovers tonight. Now they get one themselves. Pinedo behind the back. Nifty move. He's rejected.
Moving his feet, but Tanjay's got to make an All-American play here over the next couple minutes.
Blackwell, Crowell, missed it. Second chance, no. Neiderhauser
got the chance to get one up.
Had a massive game in the loss to Indiana on Wednesday night here on Big Ten Network. Reese, another floater, no.
So I think it's still good for them to get in that smaller venue. Oh, man, it's too easy. Too easy for Julian Reese at the rim.
Well, and you said
Gillespie trying to take advantage of the freshman.
To Neiderhauser. It's been a while since he's had a touch.
There he is, got the touch. Can't get the bucket. Konan Neiderhauser on the run. 2-point deficit for Indiana to deal with.
Nice.
Ballo inside, easy 2. Baldwin, the only man in his way, and he wasn't going to stop.
Doesn't take away anything from those players that are, like you're saying, that are pre-internet.
Frank Mitchell, footwork, and coming over from the blind side. Konan Neiderhauser with another point advantage. What a win this could be for the Nittany Lions. Their head coach talking about playing spoiler here for this team, and DeLeon has now fouled out.
They were just turning it over at a rapid pace. They averaged 12 turnovers per ball game, 11 in the first half for Nebraska.
And Morgan with the baby hook shot. They'll take that. And then kept the winning going at VCU. They made 3 NCAA tournaments. Big Ten coming calling as Morgan rolls and finishes.
Nice unselfish play there by...
They were never really in the games out in Los Angeles against the Bruins or the Trojans. They're trying to regain some confidence. Ketnon with a nice move on the inside. And, you know,
out now holding Washington off. Huskies had the momentum. Oh!
And the foul!
It's the way he does. Positional size, especially in the backcourt, so that it's hard to make threes against big wings.
AG rocks the rim. 3-1 in those games at Rec Hall since. Ohio State with the first miss, Sean Stewart, and the rebound picked up by Nick.
State is going to get themselves back into it, creating some opportunities with their defense.
Yegovan, not enough touch. Mahaffey with a great offensive.
Here's Wolf. Tries to go to the reverse, swatted away. And Penn State
the last two, the first time we've seen him back at full strength, and he's been excellent. Somerville has a free throw and a little jump hook off the glass.
Everything you needed to see about Lakeland Somerville.
Horn, Boswell, Davis, and Johnson. Boswell inside, Johnson again. Johnson lost it on the way up. Happy Valley is Neiderhauser. Got his man up in the air, inside again. Johnson adds to his career high.
36% from the three-point line. Indiana has to know where he's at. Inside Ballo, no whistle. They say that Hicks flopped and Ballo finishes. I think that. Rice still looking for his first bucket. Instead, a great pass to Ballo, who will head back to the line. It really the only mistake he's made. Ballo back out there with 4 fouls for Indiana. He gets it, goes right to the rim. Instant offense, Umar Ballo. Trying to get it into Ballo. What a find! And the flush! You could see Nick Kern on that far.
Leach gives it up. Matthew Nicholson with it. Now over to Barnheiser. Back to Nicholson. What a pass it was by Brooks Barnheiser.
That's tough action to stop.
10 to shoot. Back to Leach. Pass inside, and they're going to call contact on DeMar.
4'8" frame to slide in for the Bulls. Sam Brown for Spinoza. Short on the shot, tapped out. Foster will try.
So Penn State by 31. It is their second 30-plus point lead at the half this season. Previous 15 seasons there have been 0. And what?
And Purdue got out to the early 5-0 lead. Since then, a Penn State 11-0 run has had them in front. It's Kaufman-Wren with a little runner.
It's a hard cut by Fletcher.
And Smith back in there with the 2 fouls. Leaves it for Kaufman-Wren, who's short. The
Tennessee transfer delivers. Lock in, hesitates, walks. Shefflin, hands off Zachary, right back to the Chef. Under 10 to shoot, righty hook shot, good.
Come on. This aisle really runs through Kern and Baldwin. They came with him from VCU. Neiderhauser says, get it away.
That looked like a volleyball.
Immediately get it inside the crowd. Dual threat, their second leader in assists on the team. Finds the backboard here and gets the first 2.
Well, the big problem with him is that he will beat you.
Well, averaging 22 points per game the last 3 games. Sanjay, 4th in the Big Ten at scoring, just over 19 per. Good spin by Crowell. The Crowell has had that ball right there. That's where he wants it many times here already.
That's the single coverage ball. Yeah. I mean, that's what you have to do if you're Penn State. Jump up in their chair.
You're bringing up some of the best names the last 20, 30 years. Good job inside by Crowell, and he'll have a chance to make it an and 1. Crowell on the lookout for an assist or a bucket. And that's how he finds a bucket. Carter Gilmore, one of the seniors, being honored. Inside to another. Well, that is just tough to stop, but he missed from point-blank range. Penn State. Same goes for Maryland. You can watch them host Northwestern on Peacock in just a little while. Nice little turnaround and a rebound to Hicks. Penn State started out.
Well, Reese got away with a little shuffle there.
The help defense from Nick Kern. I mean, you can tell.
Of ball screens by both teams, so ball screen defense is going to be important for both.
Want Ballo in the paint, a whistle, and Ballo will head to the free throw line.
Become 3-point threats from the perimeter, and that's the only thing he's missing.
No double coming one-on-one, and Neiderhauser with the swat. He leads the.
This game is being played at a Penn State pace. Nice.
That'll change the pace. A 2-hand flush for Ballo.
Notice where he caught the basket. There's Ballo in the middle of the floor. I like it.
And a good find. Look at how he buried Konan Neiderhauser.
Nice cut.
Leal. Drop it to Ballo. Ballo to get into the Big Ten tournament.
We talked about in the open. It's a big game for Penn State. I like that.
Good patience inside for Ballo.
Double teams coming. I like the early post for Ballo.
Ballo spinning baseline. The air ball scooped up by DeLeon, who's played at more of a Penn State pace in that first half. Ballo spins baseline, 0 for 2 to start this second half. Here's Ballo.
Double team this time. They're allowing them to go one-on-one.
Konan Neiderhauser may have gotten just a little bit of a fingertip on rebounds. 5 assists for Ballo. He'll go to work again. Spins, and Konan Neiderhauser with the foul. His first.
Ball screens with Ballo have been really good for Indiana.
He's working down low against Konan Neiderhauser. Yep. And there's a foul.
Konan wants the basketball, and he turns. Goes over the other shoulder, and it's a tough shot.
Neiderhauser, good job.
Into the post, Asabor to Konan. Floats it, gives it right back. Konan's got a dozen. Washington finding Konan. He is at a massive impact on this game. And Frank Konan's got 14 points. Continues. Bounce to Konan. Again, the floater. This time it rolls off.
They're within 3. And I like that shot, not just because it went in, but he waited. He had offensive rebounding opportunities if there was a miss.
Wolf maybe rushed that one a bit. Here's Wolf. Right in on Konan Neiderhauser. He misses the layup.
And now snake through all those hands, and then a good job by Neiderhauser of catching and recovering.
Wolf spinning. Nice kill, Kern the rebound.
Recently at home to Minnesota. Owen Freeman on Yanic. Konan Neiderhauser up with the left hand. That's a pet play for Iowa. They run a little. Just 1 for 8 from long distance against Minnesota. Freeman draws the foul. Oh, he's going to eventually put his fingerprints on this thing. Owen Freeman has already put his fingerprints on this one, but he misses on the right side that time.
Looking a 3 to get rolling. Somerville. One-on-one against Neiderhauser. And he lost control, travel, and they turn it.
Not as confident on that end of the floor as we've seen him.
Somerville spinning inside. Some force and some strength earns him a.
Fears has had very little trouble getting into the middle of that zone. There's Carson Cooper with the pass. And Cooper rejected by Konan Neiderhauser. Last handful of games. Well, this is good against good. Good Penn State defense against one of Dana Altman's best offensive teams he's had in a while as Biddle misses to open up. Into the post, Supreme Cook, spin and score. Totally different player. Double-digit lead here for the last several minutes, back to 9. With Biddle working on Konan Neiderhauser. Ooh, a little Dirk off 1 foot for Biddle. Ridiculous. Injured his knee, first minute against Rutgers. Out today, final seconds of the shot clock here. Umar Ballo, that is tough to defend.
End of the shot clock right there. It's just Umar.
Facilitator, the heartbeat of the offense for Indiana. The transfer from Washington State. He feeds it inside to Ballo. Too much.
Nice job by Neiderhauser of not giving up an angle to
drop off. Kick up top to Galloway. Ultimately back into Ballo, and he scores it.
Good duck in there by Umar Ballo. Ball gets swung.
Right.
What a look.
Too hot to handle. Ballo does gather it. Goody comes flying in, and that sets up. They came in over 35%, which is a respectable number from deep. Ballo, add 2 more to his ledger. He's got 19.
Physical, can really score inside, but when you play him and Ballo together, the floor gets shrunk.
And Ballo, without his running mate today, having a big game, but that is blocked from behind by Freddie.
Just 2 of 8 from long range. Spinoso up and underneath at a foul. Just 3 and 11, but beat Villanova for the first time since 2018. But some personnel shifts. A couple of players checking out, forcing them to go work to tap it back to himself. The Nittany Lions' other Big Ten game, but tough loss at Rutgers. Konan Neiderhauser able to make Spinoso on the block. 5 on the shot clock. Working on Konan Neiderhauser and squeezes it in. He's so patient.
Inside, Somerville, another one of the freshmen here. Gets closer and finds his first 2.
Hey, Lathan Somerville's going to be a problem for people in the Big Ten.
Purdue just the one loss in their non-conference schedule. Same with Penn State. Purdue coming off a win against Ole Miss and into the post to begin. And Trey Kaufman-Renn shot.
With a victory.
And Purdue has won the last 8 games against Penn State. Back into the post. Neiderhauser is called for the foul.
That's tough. That's a tough. He's not a selfish kid offensively, but sometimes you just want him to be a little more selfish.
Goes back in for Kaufman-Renn and makes the turn. And here's Kaufman-Renn early. He's stretched out away from the basket. And going to work one-on-one, and there is the drought snapper for Purdue. So if there's a window for Purdue, it's probably got to be right now.
Yes, it is. It's got to start with their defense. Coach Painter likes to cause it some kills.
Obo trying to take Neiderhauser with the left, no good. Puff looks to push with Baldwin.
Definitely glad to see he's okay.
Obo again trying to push around. He had to have traveled there. It just
Zachary back to the chef. Back towards Neiderhauser. Doesn't have the size. Does not matter. Elite basketball.
Who's not in foul trouble as opposed to who is in this game. You saw that laundry list. Poteet adding another foul on Konan Neiderhauser.
There in the post from Josh Adunowolo. He fights. He plays really hard against a much taller offensive player.
That was him right there. Adunowolo.
You say, okay, it's pretty good, not bad. But if you think about one returning player that played 6 minutes a game.
DeLeon off the takeaway.
And so far hasn't really gone according to that script. Now Golden, and there it is. The first turnover for Penn State as if on cue. Curling the other way. Can't get it to go.
How much Michigan has struggled with that. It was a huge point of emphasis for Dusty May getting ready for this one. And just as I say it, they turned it over.
And this is a team in Penn State, Michigan.
Averaging 87 points per game, despite being held well below that average their last 2, including a season-low 67 right here against Minnesota. Hawkeyes have dropped 3 straight.
Iowa's got to get off their heels here and run some offense.
Baldwin helps jar the ball free. Dilly
now have that lead pushed to 8. Williams stays in with 4 fouls, and that's another turnover. He's got 5 turnovers already tonight.
Yeah, because Penn State will bait you into that.
Well, Davis and Johnson. Boswell inside. Johnson again. Johnson lost it on the way up. Baldwin comes away with it. May not have needed the dribble. Running the full point in that first half either. The best lineup that was out there for Illinois was Humrickhouse, Boswell, White, Gibbs, Lawhorn, and Johnson. Another turnover. And
second half gives it up. Galloway calls for a screen. Back to Mbako. And intercepted. Konan Neiderhauser.
Great rotation by Penn State. Just on it. That possession defense as good as anybody in the country at taking your rock.
Reigning conference defensive player of the year. Oh boy. And that was all forced by Baldwin. 4 on 3. Hicks from down.
In contact, using the glass, that's a beauty. 13 points against Drexel last game. 9 straight games scoring in double figures. Solid D there. Nittany Lions looking to move. They will.
Up and reeled it in. Jackson driving. Jackson the kick out to Bella, who's back here in the second half. Neiderhauser, though, intercepts that pass from Nelson, and now Baldwin will bring it forward, trying to even things up. He pulls an
opportunity. Baldwin almost knocked that ball out. He did for a moment, but Dunaway was able to recover, and then he lost it.
They have such active hands on defense. There were 2 deflections on that play. That
playing Indiana, generally you're playing with a lot of the guys you played with for a lot of your life.
No question.
Ball bouncing around. Neiderhauser was able to grab it. Stewart the bounce pass, and there's
Shinery outside the arc. Gets a screen, lost it. Neiderhauser, Javin Carter, right to the rim, can't get it, but it's big put back.
Sanjay has the 1-3, looking for the next bucket, and draws a foul on the way to the basket.
He's trying to stay with Zelton Miguel. Got his own miss and put it back in.
All those offensive fouls on dribble handoffs.
No whistle that time. Miles Rice been held scoreless this half. Boy, he traveled.
6 straight now for the Nittany Lions to rock it back in front by 4. Spinoso. No mistake when you see a lefty, but a crafty. Spinoso on the attack. Solid defense from Konan Neiderhauser.
The lead is 43. Kern with the rebound. And doing it on the defensive end. The big fellow with the block. The dunk
that he had after a three-point opportunity. Baldwin almost slapped that ball out. He did for a moment, but Dunaway was able to recover, and then he lost it.
They have such...
With Neiderhauser, Northern Illinois transfer, but has the ability to pick up full court. Walsh down the lane, lots of hands in there, block shot, ball goes out of bounds.
Figured it out, active hands. They've gotten a couple deflections in the last couple possessions. Oh,
nice fake.
Great move. I mean, that was so good.
Gillespie into the corner.
Great save by Rice.
And Miguel ties it up.
You want us to look at Alex?
Yeah, scoreboard.
Yeah, we
called enough fouls in the second.
Right, we've blown enough whistles.
And a travel call for a blowout loss to Illinois. And that blowout loss to Illinois, Ace Baldwin got hurt, didn't play in the second half. So that game just got away from him in a hurry.
Harper, 5 points. Nifty move, couldn't get it to go. Back out to Harper. Grant. Tough spin move. Rebound Neiderhauser. 17 points.
Michigan State's hit their last 4 shots on their last 4 trips. Fears penetrates. Getting to the middle of that zone. Too easy. Pass, dribble. They're getting wet. Here is Biddle, an improved outside shooter lately. Takes it on Neiderhauser, leaves it short, and the rebound for Kern. Pretty good.
Galloway drives. Around the world it goes. Mbako's been feeling it.
I just wanted to shoot the first one.
There's Core. Here goes Balo down Broadway. And drawing a foul and getting to the line. That was 200.
Erases, 4 to shoot. 1 to shoot. Hayes got that off for 3.
Career double-double for the senior from St. Louis. One of 2 players who came to Penn State.
So
Coach Rose as Ian Shefflin. 2 points of the game.
Clemson got really lucky there because this is the patented Penn State press.
Jones flips it in.
Every point guard in the country.
Very important value, no matter what business you may be in.
Oh, no question.
Shefflin can't finish. Yanic, Konan, Neiderhauser. Zachary pumps the brakes.
That Penn State guarded floppy action really well.
Shefflin denied by Konan Neiderhauser. It is tough to score. The line for Ace Baldwin, a 92% free throw shooter. Before that shot, he was 14 for 14 from the free throw line on this floor over the last 2 days. Clemson feeling some momentum. Lock in from the free throw line. No. Oh, Ian.
It's not just a specific low post guy, but he takes a lot of pressure off of the guards.
His defense was too much there for Roadmont.
So we'll see how that bodes well for them. See how that bodes for them for the rest of the half.
Zach Hicks, 36% three-point shooter in his career. Here's Neiderhauser disrupting a...
Kicks to Peterson. Ash, good ball movement here. Callahan Gold, his three-pointer. He got it. Great ball movement.
Getting into the lane. 10 points for Maryland off of those Penn State turnovers. 4 of them already for the Nittany Lions.
I love that action.
Right. Miguel trying to push it. Well, he turned the corner. Nice dish, and Reese with the finish. Selton Miguel creative in the offense.
Been really something here in the first half. Has gotten the Penn State offense on track before the Maryland defense can get set up.
Well, in the other part, too, they had 6 turnovers in the first 20 to get into the Big Ten tournament.
We talked about in the open. It's a big game for Penn State. I like that.
Good patience inside for Ballo.
In terms of close games, 1-7, and games decided by 6 points or less.
See if it's another close game. Mitchell, the Gophers are coming. That's a long 2 to get.
Baldwin in command, not so. Ulis with the swipe. Off the races against the big man off the bottom of the rim. And last touch by Mia.
Turned it over.
It's 5 turnovers on Penn State already.
Getting on the floater. He has been the MVP of this.
Within 3. And I like that shot, not just because it went in, but he waited. He had offensive rebounding opportunities if there was a miss.
The Wolf maybe rushed that one a bit.
Turn on the drive. Challenged at the rim by Zapawa. Quick push ahead. Holloman towing the line. That 3 won't go.
A made shot. Watch those two play together. They just find each other.
Both VCU transfers. Good flash. And Carr with the short jumper.
And Nick Kern was thinking one thing, get to the rim.
Penn State's hit 8 of their last 10. Booker finds the foul line, much to his liking. Johnson with another board. May have a double-double by the time it's all said and done. White all by himself for 2. That's pretty. You get being essentially a starter all year last year, being one of the best players on the team, voluntarily say, you know what, I'm not going to help the team the way that I play right now, so let's try and get
Penn State, and then the Nittany Lions give it away. Leach on the run, and Leach with the right hand finish.
Oh, that's a heck of a finish for Jalen Leach. That might get him going here.
Now that trapping pressure that Coach Rhodes is known for. Neiderhauser, the block and the rebound. Bill Russell.
In addition, he's been. If it looked a little unorthodox, Ryan, it's because it did. You know, you very rarely see.
Oh my goodness!
Right back at you.
AJ Bull. Penn State. He has 7 NCAA tournament appearances in his career. 2 wins over top 10, top 15 teams a year ago. And maybe that is what can get Zach Hicks going. Penn State's leading scorer entering today has just 4 points. Lock in on the other end, gets 2 right.
Against guards, spinning at the right time. I mean, that is a high level move from Yanic Neiderhauser.
A couple of them now on defense. He disrupts Odunawo.
Get it. The other way, Peterson. High tempo now. Ash, corner 3. Off the back rim. DeLeon rebound. They're pushing the tempo.
And don't expect the foul.
Well, the other thing, too, they got to be worried about Derek Queen starting to get into this game. It was on the defensive end first, but now it feels like he missed that, but it's starting to feel a little bit different.
And Minnesota does not intentionally try to slow the game down and take fewer possessions. They like to get the ball side to side and let the defense break down.
So Patterson, Dawson Garcia, 3 on the way, left side. And the ball's loose.
By Baldwin, kind of slowing his dribble to allow DeLeon to fill this near lane.
And Morgan with a chance at 3 for Nebraska. A nice answer.
This is what hindered Nebraska when they lost 6 straight. It was the defensive end of the floor.
Morgan, true enough contact, and it's on the big fella. 4th. You know what I was around to see? He made 21 straight free throws acting in the movie Blue Chips. And he was 66 years old at the time.
As many jump shot opportunities as he would like this afternoon.
Now Washington is open, 1 of 6 from the floor. Mason changes that with a triple. And he's
100% before it's all said and done.
And obviously the 2 guys at Rutgers, too. Nice drive. Harris got it over the 7-footer. And Washington starts.
Did you say 23 fouls and 21 turnovers?
I did.
Cullen off 1 foot. He can score down there.
Stops at 3 and then knocks the 3 down.
Thornton, a floater. Not enough float. Konan Neiderhauser. Aaron Bradshaw back into the game with 4 fouls.
Wow.
But looking like a future playmaker in the Big Ten, averaging 12 points a season in his first with the Nittany Lions. Freeman away from the basket, misses the two-point jump.
Only trailed by 4, now inside of 2 minutes left.
Hartman I thought he was going to shoot this one.
Draws the foul. Kern guilty of that one. Somerville go.
I don't know if Mike Rhodes likes that shot from Konan Neiderhauser. Here's another pick and pop. Open look. Slides off. Fight for the rebound from Kern. And
Visic will take that mid-range jumper and air ball, though. Kick back out to Rock. Stewart's on the floor for the first time for Penn State. Johnson gets down low. Oh, man. What a move inside to finish by Morris Johnson.
Once you leave your feet, that's when you tend to get yourself into trouble. Spinoza, left open, gets the roll. Big shot right.
late clock, down to 5 to shoot, and Kaufman ran, pulls and hits.
It's a big shot.
The Bulls yet to get into their offense. Under 3, lets it fly, and that is a killer. Ben Michaels.
I think the big is back in the NBA.
Way more defensively athletic on the perimeter than Edey. Nearly another shot clock.
Buffalo's going to have to keep the ball in the middle of the court. They can't get turned and get closer to the sideline. The sideline's another defender, essentially. At least shape the rest of his season from beyond the three-point line.
And Buffalo is definitely relying.
Shefflin, baseline jumper. He can do it all. Does not matter where it is, each with a dime. Smith for 3. Can't finish.
We were unranked, and I don't think that meant we were a bad team. It's just, hey, it's competition. You're going to lose some games, and we eventually finished that year out strong. But I think it's important.
It's a screen from Walsh. Walsh at the elbow, attacks right at Hicks. Shots up, no good. Hicks rebound outlet to DeLeon. Now, Benson at the high post, driving inside, gonna go at the rim, blocked by Nick Kern. Out of bounds, Binghamton ball.
He decides to slow it down. Sanjay. Nolan winner.
What a turn of Vince, though. An All-American play here over the next couple minutes.
Blackwell, Crown, missed it. Second chance, no. Neiderhauser denial.
God, leading offensive rebounder in the Big Ten. Over 3 a game.
And he just got another one blocked. Oh, the effort in this burst. That was impressive.
Here's Galloway with 5 seconds. Spins to the rim. High arcing shot, no.
Follow there to finish and send us to halftime with a 2-point game.
Beating him from deep a couple times here, utilizing the shot fake and playing under control.
Nice cut, but the rejection by Konan Neiderhauser.
To dunk that ball, turn, powerful, and put somebody in the basket.
Mobley misses the teardrop. Royal is denied by Konan Neiderhauser. Royal wanted.
That's something, that's a gift. Something you can't really teach.
Parrish off balance, tipped back up by Yegovan, and again Parrish has it.
More shots. Martini for 3. It's a good look for him. Bailey.
Who kept that alive, Paul? Durkat.
Yeah.
And the entry to Konan. What a spin. My goodness. Got his own back. Trying to go to work once more. The hook strong and the rebound tipped down. That's going to be a shot clock by field goal of the night for Hicks. Trying to answer. Fiddler with the follow. Count the bucket. Konan's averaging double figures. White back on the floor. White leans in and short. There's Johnson to clean it up with a J. Visic down low. White couldn't hit the shot. Got it back. Blocked by Konan Neiderhauser. Johnson's there. Hammers it home.
Today's era, someone voluntarily say, you know what? I would rather stay redshirt and work on my game to be a better player next year. So Rogers has been a great bench player.
Mbako's been feeling it.
I just wanted to shoot the first one.
There's Goody. There's Paulo. Yes.
But Indiana is dominating the offensive.
court, and this shot off the mark, and then eventually brought down by Konan Neiderhauser.
Beat Villanova for the first time since 2018 with some personnel shifts. A couple of players checking out, forcing them to go get a transfer.
On both ends of the floor. Davis misses from the lane, and it's tipped back in. Dylan Harper, his first.
That kick's going. Penn State's leading scorer entering today has just 4 points. Lock in on the other end, gets 2 right back.
Down low. Battle for it. Mulder gets the board. Now over to Kutrell. Neiderhauser in his face. Mulder still can't connect. Can the Mastodons in the Nittany.
Not giving up in the play and got that layup.
Pressing's done. Driving down low is Jackson. Jackson swatted by Konan Neiderhauser, but give him the win at the end of the day. He gets the point. 7. A little bit of chaos here on the court. Jackson drives. Neiderhauser denied. But Mulder on the second chance again. Working on cleanup, dude. Something we heard about in media. Jackson drives. Jackson working on Kern. Can't connect, but a board from Elise. And D'Angelo Elise on the under 10 on the shot clock. Jackson driving. Jackson down low, under 5 on the clock. Mulder again on the second chance.
Very aggressive, and with some smaller guys, they're really physical down there in the paint, so really gonna keep an eye if they start calling fouls down there, because it seems like a lot of bodies are hitting the ground.
Again, Mulder.
While they're home, Coach Rhodes taking advantage, as we talked about, getting the fans involved, as Cooper win with an air ball. That's going to energize the crowd even more with that nice block as well. But this is when you can cap.
Make it 25 for those two. Nice little tip up and an in there by Pinedo.
And Neiderhauser into this trap on the pick and roll. Being able to create those opportunities on the backside using the pass is key. And again, right there, just moving side to side. Pinedo.
Bump set spike. Neiderhauser certainly had the end of that as he gets the rebound off the miss.
Every afternoon, there's somebody playing in that many games. McGee, you talk about high off the glass. Works the winner. Neiderhauser, number 2 in the Big Ten in blocks, swats that one away. Winner with the rebound.
When Penn State doesn't turn the ball over, they're getting quality looks at the basket.
Blackwell, boy, up to take it down and knock it away. Neiderhauser, the second leader, 5 run. Blackwell inside. Had it affected by Neiderhauser. Now Penn State could take a lead for the first time.
Kanje's got to make an All-American play here over the next couple minutes.
Blackwell, Crown, missed it. Second chance, no. Neiderhauser denial. Done already, hell outside the lane. And a rebound to Crown. Badgers with a chance to tie or take the lead. Blackwell rejected by Neiderhauser.
You push, you're pro, you get a quick look. Nice job by Dillion.
Queen, hard drive, harder swat. The Big Ten's leader in block shots. Just
great job leading offensive rebound in the Big Ten. Over 3 a game.
And he just got another one blocked. All the effort in this first half both ways. Queen gets all the way. Blocked by Konan Neiderhauser. And they call goaltending.
Shots off the basketball. He's done a remarkable job for Penn State.
Goody with the deep 3. Offensive rebound for Anthony Leal. Rejected by Neiderhauser. And what a save by Dominic Stewart.
That way and helping them become 3-point threats from the perimeter. And that's the only thing he's missing.
No double coming one-on-one. And Neiderhauser with the swat. He leads the Big Ten in block
times, Lisa. They've not gotten clean looks at the bucket.
And they've had some major droughts. The latest right now, a drought of about 6 minutes. Penn State stops them on that possession and a chance here to take the lead. Team, we never stop believing, is what he said.
Right. And I love that.
Here's Garcia, runs into a Penn State wall and a dive for the loose ball on the floor.
But it doesn't take away anything from those players that are, like you're saying, that are pre-internet.
Frank Mitchell, footwork, and coming over from the blind side. Konan Neiderhauser with another block. There is
move. He tried to come back to his right hand. and blew the bunny.
Odekali back in the game, playing with 3 personal fouls, drops it off to Mitchell. It'll stay here for Minnesota with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Hey, Mike Rose has talked about playing the role of spoiler and perhaps spoiling Minnesota's chances to try to get to the Big Ten. In so doing, as Konan Neiderhauser comes over for another block. But in so doing...
Nebraska rebound. Right now it's 5-1 on the glass for Penn State. Gary to the rim. Too much. Attack there by Konan Neiderhauser.
Here it comes. Knock it down. He does 40% of the time. He's beating him from deep a couple times here, utilizing the shot fake and playing under control.
Nice cut, but the rejection by Konan Neiderhauser.
Now he's in that position and doing it very well.
Now Washington has done a good job handling the pressure. The Huskies only have 2 turnovers. Oh, Mason tried to go all the way. Later, and block shots in the cup. He's got 6 points and 6 rebounds. It's been quiet. It hasn't, because of the tremendous individual performance.
Oh, what a block.
By Osibor and Kepnall. He's kind of been quiet.
Bucket, and they're under 10 seconds right now.
Danny Sprinkle's hot because his players did not move. Osibor to the bucket. Blocked by Konan Neiderhauser.
Great timing coming from the backside.
Lamar Cohen on the weak side offensive glass. That's been a big area for USC that they've talked about of late. Boy, how much did they miss that? Yanic, Konan, Neiderhauser.
Konan to dunk that ball. Turn, powerful, and put somebody in the basket.
Mobley misses the teardrop. Royal is denied by Konan Neiderhauser. Royal wanted a goaltend, but it's...
The leading scorer in conference play in the Big Ten. Gale on the move. It's erased. And Dillion the other way for Penn State.
Here's Wolf. Tries to go to the reverse, swatted away. And Penn State the other way in the person of...
Played this season, save for a blowout loss to Illinois. And that blowout loss to Illinois, Ace Baldwin got hurt, didn't play in the second half. So that game just got away from him in a hurry. Konan Neiderhauser.
Taken away by Obole. To the basket, swatted by Neiderhauser, but Durkat cleans it up.
Man, that's a great effort. He wants to get to his mid-range, get to the rim. Nice dribble drive there. No help coming over. Dillion getting it done.
Oh, what a move. Oh, man. A good challenge at the rim by Konan Neiderhauser. Didn't give up on the play. And a foul each this zone. Not very much over the last 2 minutes.
No, not in this game it hasn't been. Against Oregon, different story. It really changed that game.
The power challenged inside. Good block. Zach Hicks there. Now on the push, it's Kurt. Fears has had very little trouble getting into the middle of that zone.
There's Carson Cooper with the pass.
And Cooper rejected by Konan Neiderhauser.
Makes a huge impact with it. Defense, scoring, leadership, distributing.
TJ Bamba playing off 2 feet. Biddle with a tap back.
It's a good take, though, by TJ. Something you rarely see for his teams, but keep an eye out for that just to try to change some things up.
Biddle not out there. Bamba attacking, and Hicks snatches it away.
You can push it and try to explore for that.
Started 13-3. That's what they did in 2008, 2009. Currently at 12-3. Is Boswell trying to go all the way to the rack, and no whistle. Might be indicative of how this game's going to have been right around 20% over the last 4 or 5. Really hurt him. The loss against Indiana. Riley rejected with both hands by Konan Neiderhauser. 2 points. Backing down now, Riley. 5 to shoot. Ivisic underneath. Great pass, and it was altered by Konan Neiderhauser. That's a shame. That was a beautiful pass. Great matchup. Hummerkaus passed up the 3. Good job by dealing on making him put the ball on the floor. Oh my goodness, what a block by Neiderhauser. Again, one of the 6 Nittany Lions averaging double figures. White back on the floor. White leans in and short. There's Johnson to clean it up with a jump. Remember, not playing today. Visic down low. White couldn't hit the shot. Got it back. Blocked by Konan Neiderhauser. Johnson's there. Hammers it home. Second of his young career. Underneath, blocked by Konan Neiderhauser. Illinois comes away with a loose ball, though.
Right now, his Nittany Lions up 2 over the Hoosiers. Galloway inside to Ballo. Rejected by Konan Neiderhauser. Met him at the 8. Down the world it goes. Mbako's been feeling it.
I just want him to shoot the first one.
There's Goody. There's Ballo. Yes.
But Indiana is dominating the offensive distance. You can't let a player like Baldwin get his head up on an uncontested layup, but Indiana not handling business on that pick and roll.
Rice on the other side. Yanic Neiderhauser, he collected that one.
Great hustle. Nick Martinelli. Yes, great hustle by Nick Martinelli getting on the deck.
Stolen away. He was trying to sneak a pass through.
They're going to have to double this. If they don't, Martinelli's going to score.
As you said, East comes over. Neiderhauser swats it over into the Northwestern bench. And they can Northwestern find one more answer? Martinelli taking his time. Neiderhauser coming over and swats another one into the Northwestern bench.
Last year in the Ivy League, just 3-11, but beat Villanova for the first time since 2018 with some personnel shifts. A couple of players checking out, forcing them to go get a transfer. Spinoso on the attack. Solid defense from Konan Neiderhauser.
Shots like that, you know, they're going to be a tough team to beat all season long.
And there is the big fella with his early presence, averaging nearly 2 block percentage. And doing it on the defensive end. The big fellow with the block. The dunk at one end, the block at the...
Trying to get his breath right now.
Yeah, he's sitting there trying to collect himself. Oh, nice pass.
Oh, Neiderhauser erases 4 to shoot.
2 from 3, so Miles Colvin closes out as if he's a shooter, and that little pump fake gets him open for that mid-range jump shot.
Lawyer denied. Neiderhauser blocking.
Is it the length, Miles, giving Buffalo so much trouble?
The length, the athleticism, and the aggression that they're playing.
Shefflin feeds to Zachary. Everybody getting a touch for the Tigers on this possession. Oh, that is swatted away! An absolute beast. Zachary pumps the brakes.
That Penn State guarded floppy action really well.
Shefflin denied by Konan Neiderhauser. It is tough to score over the feed, and maybe that is what can get Zach Hicks going. Penn State's leading scorer entering today has just 4 points. Lock in on the other end, gets 2 right back. 3s from each squad. It's a 10-point advantage for Penn State in the early goings of this second half. Jackie Johnson swatted away by Konan Neiderhauser.
Over to Morton Robertson. Bello drives down low. Battle for it. Mulder gets the board. Now over to Kutrall. Neiderhauser in his face. Mulder still can't connect. Can the mass
Puff not finishing that, or not giving up on the play and got that layup.
Pressing's done. Driving down low is Jackson. Jackson swatted by Konan Neiderhauser, but give him the win at the end of the day. He gets the point. 7. Had not had it, lost it for a moment. Mulder's got it. A little bit of chaos here on the court. Jackson drives. Neiderhauser denied. But Mulder on the second chance again. Opportunity here to build onto that advantage. 31-28. Morton Robertson has it. Konan Neiderhauser mismatch in his face. Kutrall drives. Kutrall down low. Neiderhauser denied. And now Puff Johnson will bring you back.
Late, but while they're home, Coach Rhodes taking advantage, as we talked about, getting the fans involved as before winning with an air ball. That's going to energize the crowd even more with that nice block as well. But this is when you can capitalize with that home crowd.
To create an advantage on the back end. You see Penn State going into this trap on the pick and roll. Being able to create those opportunities on the backside using the pass is key. And again, right there, just moving side to side.
They've had 14 turnovers tonight. Now they get one themselves. Pinedo behind the back. Nifty move. He's rejected. Outside by Neiderhauser coming back. And now
That's from everybody else because everybody's so focused on him. Wanting to go, DeMarco Dunn, take it himself. Go score.
Valentine gets rejected by Neiderhauser. Like Rhodes style really runs through Kern and Baldwin. They came with him from VCU. Neiderhauser says, get it away.
That looked like a volleyball spike.
I mean, that's when this offense has really struggled.
Nick Kern Jr. on defense, smiling. Lamond with 4 on the clock, blocked. And with 1 second to go, Puff Johnson not going to. Ash now outside the three-point line. Drives with the right hand, kicks it to Walsh. Shot fake, now drives inside, denied at the rim. And a foul here. Benson and John.
Much warmer.
Yes.
Warmer part of the year.
Nice.
Follow on the roll to the rim for 2.
And Kevin, that's what we talked about earlier. Yanic.
Leal. Nice flip over his shoulder. Follow there. The finish in the foul.
Performance. His numbers here today. Mitchell with the chase down on the loose ball. Gives it out to Garcia. That lefty shot.
And that's the type of shot that come back to his right hand and blew the bunny.
Odekali back in the game, playing with 3 personal fouls. Drops it off to Mitchell. It'll stay here for Minnesota with 15 seconds.
30% of the time, he's beaten him from deep a couple times here, utilizing the shot fake and playing under control.
Nice cut, but the rejection by Konan Neiderhauser.
Early on.
This cut off on the baseline, a shovel pass, and Osibor looked like it hit the rim. It did, and
They've got a nice start this afternoon.
Run the double at Osibor, what Ohio State did a lot. The lob inside, and he laid it softly off the glass.
And Nacho doing a good stand. That Ace Baldwin is one of the best defenders in the Big Ten.
Nice shovel, and the hammer. Osibor's 5th assist.
Minutes.
Well, Osibor's been used to do everything else. Nacho laid it high. Ketnong. Oh, that almost happened like what happened on Wednesday.
Yeah, man.
That's 6 points and 6 rebounds. It's been quiet. It hasn't, because of the tremendous individual performance.
Oh, what a block.
By Osibor and Ketnong. He's
approaching the 8-minute mark. Here's Slacker turning the corner off the screen. Able to shovel it to Cohen. And 1. And if that's a foul on Konan Neiderhauser.
Play through that, and there are opportunities waiting.
This is Devin Royal who slips it off to Njegovan. It is out of bounds and it stayed.
Look, he ran as that ball was coming off the rim.
On the cut, Parrish off to Royal, who's fouled hard.
Man, that's the key.
Bruce Thornton rattles out. Loose ball, Glover off to Royal with 2 seconds left. It's tapped back out by Konan Neiderhauser.
Down this half.
Kern's got 3 dimes in the game. Royal looking for 1 for Ohio State. A great bounce pass off to Sean Stewart, who draws the foul. Sophomore campaign a season ago. Shot 33% from distance last season. 43% now. That is a high percentage shot for Aaron Bradshaw. Give him 4.
Cheddar getting some earlier minutes here.
Yeah, Michigan people telling me he's battling a little bit of a cold here today. Cheddar left that one short, and the rebound to Dillion.
And he didn't block.
Golden inside Wolf, and he can't get the roll. It'll go back to the free throw line.
That's what makes.
There's Wolf. Gale, nice pass to Walters, who throws down the jam.
Nice job by
opponent possession, Sean, and we know how much Michigan has struggled with that. It's a huge point of emphasis for Dusty May getting ready for this one, and just as I say it, they turned it over.
4 here early in the second half. Now have that lead pushed to 8. Williams stays in with 4 fouls, and that's another turnover. He's got.
Michigan State could have some issues taking care of the basketball, but it's really been Penn State that's had a hard time holding on to it. Booker with the left hand. A good soft touch there to just kind of stick it.
Not very much over the last 2 minutes.
No, not in this game. It hasn't been. Against Oregon, different story. It really changed that game.
The power challenged inside. Good block. Zach Hicks there.
Now watch those two play together. They just find each other.
Both VCU transfers. Good flash. And Carr with the short jumper.
And Nick Kern was thinking one thing, get to the rim.
Penn State's hit 8 of their last 10. Booker finds the foul line, much to his liking.
And the crowd is into the game now. Was not a factor in the first half. Angel center of the zone, draws the foul on Konan Neiderhauser.
Tonight in the place of Yakachonis. Remember, not playing today. Visic down low. White couldn't hit the shot, got it back, blocked by Konan.
See that in today's era, someone voluntarily say, you know what, I would rather stay redshirt and work on my game to be a better player next year. So Rogers has been a great.
Good cut by Ballo. And how about that finish? Konan Neiderhauser wants to overplay right there. Ballo just...
And Baco having the huge second half, gives it up. Galloway calls for a screen. Back to Mbako. And intercepted. Konan Neiderhauser.
Dealing with the pressure from Puff Johnson. Getting into his spot here.
Martinelli, nice spin there on Hicks and a pass at the very end of it over to Matthew Nickel.
Play above the rim and below the rim, taking contact, using the glass. That's a beauty.
13 points against Drexel last game, 9 straight games scoring in double. They've only hit 2 of their last 11 shots from the floor. Again, playing without leading scorer Ethan Roberts. Spinoso going to have to shoulder more of the load.
Puff Johnson breaking the drought.
First 3 of the afternoon. Underneath, Foster gets the lay-in for 2.
State. Now from Coppin, I think they just have to focus on getting good shots. I mean, that's the most important thing.
That's a good one.
There it is.
Well played. Odero.
Williams baseline. Oh, that was pretty. Dylan Harper.
On cue for Carter, the assist, making the simple play. If you keep things simple, nice dime.
Nice pass from Riley to the big man, Roman Dean. Lions, and it's something they're ready for, the Mastodons. Jackson kicked out Bello. Bello feeds Mulder down low. Neiderhauser in his face. Doesn't matter. Mulder gets through, and it's tied at 2 apiece.
Francis. And some high-scoring wins for Virginia Tech to start the year, and that jumper falls for Malijah Poti. Mike Young today told us a little bit, can't have shot turnovers either. Bad shots, try to rush against the Penn State defense. That was patient and perfection.
Hayden Harris. Gotta be a 3-second violation.
Great memories in this arena for me.
Right. Well, it's been tough sledding for the teams that have come into this arena at the start of this season.
Working off the screen to Lamont. Down low to Benson. Good feed in for the layup.
Bearcats are playing a lot faster.
Especially in big games that they have to have. Stephen Crown, 135th consecutive start to winner. Back-to-back threes for the Badgers from McKean, Illinois. And back comes Blackwell, already on top by 5. Crown. He's got a 3. Tonje, the top scorer, has made only 2 out of 9 shots. Crown short on the 3, chased down by McGee.
Spectacular in this game at both ends of the court. He loves to dunk on people.
That got him into double digits at 11. Crown. And boy, did they need that 3. They had
time in conference play that Maryland's bench did not score. Gillespie dumped it to Reese. 14-foot elbow jumper, offensive board, and Derek Queen.
It's been really something here in the first half. It's gotten the Penn State offense on track before the Maryland defense can get set up.
Well, in the other part, too, they had 6 turnovers in the first 20.
He's got Nick Kern trying to check him.
He wanted Miguel to toss it up high. Instead, it's to Jay Young.
Patterson pulls it back off the left side. And pursuing the offensive rebound, they're going to get another second chance. In and out. I mean, the last 2 possession freshmen. Javin Carter, a freshman for Penn State, playing his first minutes here in the first half. Dawson Garcia in and out, looking for his 3-point shot. You know, a transfer played the last 2 seasons at Northern Illinois. Out of Switzerland. Here's Dawson Garcia short. Oh, the Cali's got some hops, tries to keep it alive.
Turned it over.
It's 5 turnovers on Penn State already.
Getting on the floater. He has been the MVP of this 5th block of the ball game. Mason the trailer for 3. There's Konan for the putback. Penn State can ill afford to lose. He played all 20 minutes of the first half. Mason on the trigger.
Seconds. Tellstat gives it up for Tracy. 5 seconds to go. Tracy, drive and kick. Middle of 3.
It slides down, and that's the end of the first half.
Illinois doing a great job of gapping everything and just clogging anything going toward the basket for Penn State.
Second chance opportunity. Hicks cleans up the rebound.
A little too strong. Nice back tap there. Penn keeps it alive. Smith wants three. Can't get it.
Making them pay at the rim. It's an easy finish for him.
Zanoni dumps down another three.
A great team.
And Coppin able to get on the board. Odaro, not 100 mark for the already active steals leader in America.
I don't even know if I ever passed the ball enough.
For Coach Rhodes. How about this? Coppin State. Not even the folks in the desert could have predicted this kind of domination.
Out for a lawyer three. Short on that. And Smith fighting for the second chance. And a recycled 20. Three heavy, and now Penn State.
12 minutes to play. All Lions here in the second half. Opo. Oh, no.
Ties a season high. He scored 16 over Virginia Tech a couple of weeks ago. Rivera stepped on the side.
From beyond the arc.
The Macedons on a 3-minute scoring drought while Penn State has on a 12-0 run.
Hadnot breaks it right on.
Goes on all the way down and almost gets the bucket. And now it's back to Clayville here for St. Francis, finding Ace Talbert. That's missing on a three. Rebound by Hicks.
The Retrievers, you should be a good rebounding team, I feel like.
I believe so. I mean, I think that they have to gang rebound. I think the Retrievers to be able to compete with the Nittany Lion size tonight.
8.5 minutes for Binghamton. Now at the line, blocked by Johnson. Skip pass. Callahan Gold's three. Can't get it to go. Rebound Johnson. Carter.
The defense was assuming he was going to go to. So he went up. Was more physical than the Bearcats and got to go.
Benson short corner jumper, no good. Good box out by DeLeon. They're pushing it ahead. State all over it. Peterson now to Lamont. They'll move it around. Callahan Gold's going to try again, and he connects once again.